showed you some programs, some games that I made when I was younger, some wrestling games, and I used a programming language called Turing, which was a beginner's language. Wasn't really meant for making games, but since I was interested in games, I used it I tried to make games with it. So yeah, it only allowed you to make DOS programs, and games weren't very good, but I figured I'd show you some more of the games that I made when I was young. And these are like little demos mostly, I guess, so don't expect too much. And another thing is that I was a notoriously bad speller, so I decided to leave the spelling mistakes in. I could have edited them out for this video, but I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. So let's get started. So the first game that I'm going to show you is called Retro Nukem. Now I changed the title of the game for the purposes of this video for privacy reasons. It wasn't originally called Retro Nukem. But now, one thing I should say is all the footage that you're seeing, all the game footage was pre-recorded. I had to capture it. I'm using a DOS emulator, blah blah blah. So I'm not playing along as I'm talking, so you're going to see me pause the video from time to time. It just makes it easier for me to explain a few things. But yeah, here's the title screen. And I actually drew that character in 3D Studio Max. Very early version of it, I guess. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I was pretty impressed with myself for this one, I can tell you. So let's keep going. So you just have a little menu there. You can look at the instructions if you wish, and there it is. It's your basic side view shooting game, I guess. Obviously influenced by the 2D Duke Nukem games. That's how old school I am. I go way back to the 2D Duke Nukem. So yeah, your little dude running around with your gun, shooting enemies. Pretty straightforward. I'll just pause it there for a sec. So you can see in the upper left corner there is, you got health, your score, and lives. Straightforward. And you can see over here on the right there's several items you can collect. These are all just for points purposes. Looks like there's a jug of beer, sack of money, and this I guess is actually looks like the Rust in Peace CD, I guess. But and you can see the enemy with the green shirt. It's partially disappeared in this frame, and he has a little knife in his hand. So you gotta jump over the little gap there, fall down, take care of that guy, no problem. So now this, gets a little bit increased complexity. You gotta go up these ladders and whatnot. It's pretty advanced stuff, I know. But this was pretty, I was pretty impressed with myself at the time with this game, because I had no clue what I was doing. So you can see here now, there's an added obstacle with that barrier. So you gotta go over here and flip that red switch, and then the barrier comes down. And there's also a new enemy, the dog, which doesn't do really much except for walk. Runs back and forth pretty quick. Now I'll pause it here. So you see this little yellow thing here. This is a mine. So if you touch it, it blows up, and you have like this enemy here, kind of, I guess, inspired by Agent Smith from The Matrix. So you might be able to date this game based on some of these things. So there, he hit the mine and it blew up. Collect some of the loot. Take care of these dudes. So yeah, this is a pretty complex stage here, screen, because there's two barriers and you gotta flip two switches. And there was a health pack there in the corner as well that I got already. So you flip the yellow one, you gotta go down, and you gotta go up. You gotta go up again. Take care of this guy. Took a few hits there, but it's okay. So you got a little backtracking here. It's basically as complex as a Metroidvania. No, I'm kidding, but still, it's pretty amazing. At the time, I was like, wow, this is incredible. Okay, so this is probably the hardest screen in the whole demo, because you have these red spikes over here like Castlevania. They come down pretty quick. Let's see if I make it. I took a hit there. Okay, I got the switch. And boom. Nope, didn't make it. So this is my second attempt. Let's see if I make it through this time. Okay, I got hit there. Made it through there without a hit. No hit. And no hit. So it looks like I'm gonna pass the screen after all. Okay, finally. And then this screen introduces the new enemy, the construction dude with the dynamite. It's pretty cool. I like that enemy. It's pretty tough. I guess that construction helmet protects him. And if you can see a very special item at the top of the screen, I won't say what it is, but you can probably see it. And let's see how many points you get when you get that. So I got about 14,000 now. Oh, that was like, I think it was worth like 5,000. I don't know. Yeah, 5,000 points. Something like that, or 10,000. I don't know. It was worth a lot of points. Oh, that's weird. Look at that freeze frame. But anyway, yeah, so I actually ended up, that's all there is to the demo, I guess. But once I finished programming that demo, I actually went back and upgraded it and added like a lot more advanced stuff. I added a bunch of different types of enemies, and I actually added like textures to the walls and stuff, so it looked like bricks and all that. But then one day I accidentally deleted it. I was so upset, and I just kind of gave up at that point on this game. But yeah, so there's Retro Nukem. This next game was actually part of it was a school project. We had to make a program that was kind of like a choose your own adventure. It wasn't supposed to have any graphics or anything, but of course I added graphics. So it's kind of like a mystery game, and as you can see, I called it "Who Stole My Program?" And that's supposed to be a floppy disk. You know, those disks that people used to use in ancient times. So let's see what it's all about. And by the way, there is sound in these games, but it's very irritating, so I put it on mute. Okay, so enter an option, read the story so far, see the suspects, or continue. So let's take a look at the story. Okay, so that's supposed to be a school, and it says, on a late night at Crudwood High School, ASMR Retro was working on a program. This program was a game which would change the way all students viewed programming. If Retro completes his game, he will become the greatest programmer on Earth. But on this night, something happens which could change his destiny. A little overly dramatic, perhaps. So you see that sweet zoom in effect there. Okay, so it says, in the school's computer lab, Retro was almost done his program when he suddenly had to go to the bathroom. So you can see Retro there, working on the computer. Top quality animation going on. A whole 2 frames of animation. Uh-oh, Retro saved his work on a disk and went to the bathroom. When Retro came back, he noticed that his disk was gone. That was his only copy, and someone just stole it. Now it's up to you to find the program and find out who stole it. Retro is counting on you. If you fail, Retro will become a bum, and the person who stole the program will rule the world. So Retro's very, very sad there. Yeah, so you couldn't see it there because it happened too fast, but it's here it comes out of Retro's eye. Like sometimes the animations are too fast when you play the game, these games on newer computers, because I didn't really time the animations properly, but it is what it is. Okay, now let's see the suspects. Suspect list. So let's so that's Jimmy Jimmers. Very suspicious indeed. Okay, let's look at the next one, Matthew Rogers. Last name Rogers, first name Matthew, age 17, grade 12, relation, friend, motive. Matthew may have been pressured by Jimmy to steal the program. Also very suspicious. Okay, number 3, Rick Johnson. Last name Johnson, first name Rick. Age 17, grade 12, relation, friend, and enemy, so I guess a frenemy. And motive, competition. Very suspicious, Rick. Very suspicious. And then Alex Rockwell, number 4. So there's 4 suspects in total. And we have last name Rockwell, first name Alex, age 17, grade 12. Relation, friend, motive, competition. So a lot of competition going on here. Alright, let's continue with the game. Okay, you are now in the computer lab. The day after the crime, you notice a school bag in the corner. What should you do? 1. Go out into the hallway. 2. Look in the bag. And 3. Turn on a computer. So what do you think is the right answer here? Number 3, turn on the computer. You turn on the computer and try to open Rick Johnson's file. The computer asks you for a password, but you don't know it, so you log out. What should you do? Go out into the hallway. 2. Look in the bag. What do you think the right thing is? Look in the bag. When looking through the bag, you find out that it is Alex Rockwell's bag. Alex is a prime suspect. You look in his agenda and see that he had a doctor's appointment, I guess, yesterday night. This means that Alex could not have stolen Retro's program because he was at the doctor's. Alex is no longer a suspect. In his bag, you also notice a hall pass. Should you take Alex's hall pass? Yes or no, that's stealing. Well, it's kind of obvious. Of course, you should take it. You take his pass and put it in your pocket. What should you do? Go out into the hallway. So that's really the only option there. Okay. In the hallway, you see no one but a teacher. Teacher, where are you off to, young man? What should you say? Either to the bathroom or to the office. I believe in this case it didn't really matter what you say. So by the way, if you pick the wrong answer, you'll end up either right away or later losing the game. But in this case, it doesn't matter which one you say. So I picked to the bathroom. So then the teacher says, "Do you have a hall pass?" What should you say? Either yes or "Why don't you frisk me and I'll tell you." And that's pretty. This was. Let me remind you, this was a school project, so my teacher did see that. I guess she didn't really notice that or whatever, because I didn't get in trouble for it. But I kind of got that from, sort of from Dumb and Dumber. There's the part where they're in that restaurant and they put the hot peppers in that guy's burger, and then later the guy asks him a question, and I don't know if it was Jim Carrey or the other guy was like, "Why don't you eat up and we'll tell you?" I don't know why that came to my mind when I came up with this joke in this game, or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, obviously number 1 is the correct answer. Number 2 will lose you the game. And that's always the answer in real life. So of course you use the hall pass that you took from the school bag. So teacher says you show the teacher Alex's hall pass. Teacher, okay, be on your way now. The teacher now walks what should you do? Go back in the lab or open the locker? Pretty obvious. Yeah, you can see the text got a bit messed up over here, but anyways, so there appears somebody inside the locker. It says, when you open the locker, you find Matthew Rogers stuffed inside. Matthew, oh thank God it's you. There are bullies in the school. They stuffed me in my locker. What should you say? Either like laughing, obviously, and number two, how long were you in there? So you can probably guess number two is the correct answer. Matthew, they put me in here 3 days ago. I want to give you something for saving me. All I have is a lemon from my lunch. Do you want it? Will you take it? Yes or no thanks. So it's kind of funny that he was in there for 3 days. That's a pretty long time to be in the locker. But it's kind of consistent that he only has the lemon left from his lunch because he had to survive off his lunch for 3 days. But you can't eat a lemon just like that. Well, I suppose you could. If you're starving, you'll need the juices and the sugars and whatnot. But so obviously, you want to take a locker. Somebody offers you something in a game, you take it. I don't know why you wouldn't. So Matthew hands you the lemon and leaves. You just realized that since Matthew was in the locker for 3 days, he could not have stolen your program. Matthew is no longer a suspect. You decide to go to the bathroom. So here we have the bathroom scene with the one toilet without a stall for some reason, but it says in the bathroom you see a bully and Jimmy Jimmers. The bully seems to be initiating Jimmy. Oh man, that's rough. The bully comes toward you. Bully, you picked a real bad time to come in the bathroom, buddy. Yeah, we've all been there. What should you do? Either run, use your hall pass, use your lemon, or try and reason with him. What do you think the right answer is? Use your lemon, of course. Can't reason with the bully. As you show the bully your lemon, you squeeze the juice in his eye. He runs out of the bathroom screaming in pain. Jimmy, that was a close one. What should you say? Where were you yesterday after school? Or do you know Rick Johnson's password? So I picked the number one. What was a lot of text there. Jimmy, I went straight home because the bullies were looking for me. That's when I saw Rick talking to his friend. I remember he said something about a password being rat. Jimmy seems a bit nervous. Nervous. I think I meant nervous. But you believe his story. Yeah, the text got all messed up here too. Since Jimmy went home right after school, he could not have stolen your program. Jimmy is no longer a suspect. Now you know that Alex must be guilty. All you have to do is prove it. You're now back in the lab. There's nothing left to do, so you turn on the computer and attempt to open Rick Johnson's file. You're now back in the lab. There's nothing left to do, so you turn on the computer and attempt to open Rick Johnson's file. Wait a minute, it didn't say Alex was the guilty one. Now you know that Alex must be guilty. Okay, I obviously screwed up the names here. Whatever. The teacher didn't notice, that's all that matters. I don't even think the teacher looked at it, to be honest with you. You try to open Rick's file and it asks you for a password. You try the word rat. Oh, I spelled that wrong. It worked. You search through his file and you find your program. So it was Rick after all. You have solved the mystery and reunited Retro with his program. Well, some flashing lights there. You get your program. It's playing some music on this part, which you can hear. And Mario 64 style graphics there. And then it happened much slower originally. Again, that happened way too fast on this computer. And then I have a soundtrack here. I actually used all these songs in the game, but it was like I had to program note by note, so didn't sound very good. But anyway, just decided to put that in the credits. Thought it would make the game seem more legit, you know. So 2 Megadeth songs and some songs from Rocky. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this game. Okay, this one here isn't a game, it's really just a animation that I did. So let's take a look at this. It's kind of messed up. If you know, somebody at school saw this today, I would definitely get a trip to the counselor's office and maybe even to the police department. But let's take a look. It's called The Mission. So there's a plane flying in the sky. The clouds look like popcorn for some reason. Then you're gonna see an enemy plane fly in, a purple plane, and the silver plane is gonna try to shoot it down. There it is. Comes in, comes up from the bottom, a bullet comes out, purple dodges it, silver goes down, shoots it a few times in the butt, but you can't really see the bullets there. Oh, there goes the pilot. Nope, not getting away so easily. So silver drops a missile right on him, blows up in midair. So the silver plane comes down, and then the city. Population 10 million. Wow. So you're gonna see some amazing scrolling. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible. No flicker whatsoever. So here's the pilot in the plane. Guess he's a soldier. Looks like Kyle. He sheds a tear. And he says life sucks. And then no, why? And yeah, so I don't really have anything to add to that. I don't know why I made that, but thought I'd share that with you. If you need any counseling after seeing that, please consult your local counseling department. I'll just show you a bit of this one called Space Fighter. It's just a basic 2D space shooter, I guess. I was just experimenting with it, but unfortunately, like I said before, the animation speed is all messed up because I didn't really take into consideration future computers that would be faster. And for some reason, like, it goes way too fast. Like, it feels like the user keyboard input isn't fast enough, so it's just impossible to do anything, which kind of sucks. Because I remember I ended up programming like a final boss and everything, but I wasn't able to get very far because of that problem. So you even upgrade to double lasers. I think there was even a third weapon upgrade, but I can't really wasn't really able to get that far. I did pass the first level by fluke somehow, but yeah, I didn't get very much further. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just show it. I'll never show it again, I guess. Never have a chance to show it again. Not that anyone would really want to show off the fact that they made this game, but you know, what the hell. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to show that briefly. So this is just a very, very basic attempt, a horrible failure of an attempt at a Super Mario type of game. Oh boy, this one's gonna be rough. So you see a Mario type dude. Looks like some kind of Goomba type dude, and some boxes over here. Let's see. Wow, he's fast. Oh, took some hit there. Took some hits. So you can jump. Get those coins that flash for a brief split second. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that. And you got some scrolling going on. Some side scrolling action. And let's see, you got some pipes. And I think that's about as far as you can get in this game. I never really developed it beyond that because I had no idea what I was doing. Kind of reminds me of like an Action 52 game where, it's clearly unfinished, but they just make it seem like you suck and you can't jump over a certain pipe or something because they never really developed the game beyond like 5 seconds. The hits just keep on coming. This was an animation project for school, so it's obviously based on The Simpsons. It's very short, but let's take a look. You got The Simpsons title with cycling through the colors there, and then oh damn, it's Homer. And his eyes close slowly, and you got the thought bubble, and he's thinking about food. And that is about it. So, not much to see there, I admit, but it's pretty cool. Graphic of Homer, I guess. Alright, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the games I made when I was young. I've enjoyed looking at them. It really brings back a lot of memories for me personally. But most importantly, I hope you found this relaxing. And I will see you guys next time.